Hello everyone. In last lecture we have discussed different types of stress and different types of strain. In today's lecture I am going to discuss elastic limit, Hooke's law and different types of elastic moduli. Okay, now let us see what is elastic limit. Here elastic limit is the maximum stress from which an elastic body will recover its original state after the removal of the deforming force, and also it differs widely for different materials, and also elastic limit is very high for substances like steel and low for substances like lead. Okay, now let us try to explain elastic limit by taking one example. Here, to explain elastic limit, I have taken a rubber band and I have fixed its one end, and then I am going to apply some deforming force at other end. Initially what I will do, I am going to apply a small amount of deforming force, and then gradually I will increase this deforming force. Then what I am going to do, I am going to apply a maximum force. Up to this point only this body, that is this rubber band, will regain its initial size and shape when we remove this applied force. Here you can see that I have applied some amount of force, that is a maximum force up to which this rubber band will regain its initial size and shape. Here you can see that I have removed this applied force and this rubber band regained its original size and shape. Then what I am going to do, I am going to increase this deforming force further. Then what happens, if I increase this deforming force further again, this body does not regain its initial size and shape. It is due to the property of plasticity. Then what I am going to do, I am going to increase this deforming force further again. Then what happens, if I increase this force greater, if I apply some greater force, then what happens, this rubber band will break into two parts. This rubber band will break into two parts. It is because of the high amount of force, that is deforming force, which I have applied. Okay, let us try to explain the same situation diagrammatically for the better understanding of elastic limit. Okay, here what I am going to do, I am going to take one object and its one end is fixed, then it is the cross sectional area A, and it is having some initial length L. Initially what I will do, I am going to apply some amount of force F, that is from up to 1 Newton to, let us suppose it is 8 Newton force. Then what happens, this body will undergo deformation. It is change in length. Here we know that stress is given by force by area, and also strain is given by change in length by original length. Here what happens, when we apply some amount of force, that is from 1 Newton to 8 Newton, this body undergoes deformation. Then what I will do, then I am going to remove this deforming force. Then this body will regain its original size and shape. It is due to the property of elasticity. Then it is only in between region, that is when we apply force from 1 Newton to 8 Newton, then only this body will regain its original size and shape. Then what I will do, then I am going to apply some further greater amount of force. Here I am going to apply greater force, that is from 9 Newton to 12 Newton force. Then what happens? Same, this body undergoes deformation, that is there is increase in length of this object. Then what I will do, I am going to remove this applied force. Then what happens? This body does not regain its initial size and shape. It is due to the property of plasticity. Then okay, now what I will do, I am going to increase this force further again, that is I am going to apply further greater force, greater deforming force. Let us suppose this force is about 13 Newton. Then what happens? This object will break into two parts. There is breakdown point, that is when we apply the force which is greater than 12 Newton, then this body will break into two parts. From this, what we have concluded, that when we apply force between some region, that is when we apply some maximum stress, then only this object will regain its original size and shape. If we apply further greater force, then what happens? This body does not regain its original size and shape. It is due to the property of plasticity. Then if we increase force further, then what happened? There is breakdown of this object. Okay, let us try to explain the same concept graphically. On y-axis we have taken stress values and on x-axis we have taken strain value. Then for this situation I am going to plot a graph. Then we have got such curve, that is here you can see that from 0 to certain point stress is directly proportional to strain. Then after crossing some elastic limit, then what happened? There is a plastic region, that is the body which does not regain its original size and shape. Then if we increase further force, that is deforming force, then the object will break down into 2 points, that is this is the breaking point. From this graph what you can conclude, that up to certain region, that is when the body which regains its original size and shape, we will call this region as a elastic region. Here stress is directly proportional to strain, but when we cross this elastic limit, there is, here we can see that when we cross plastic limit, stress is not proportional to strain, that is it is because of plastic region. Okay, and this elastic limit is different for different material. Here you can see that I have taken a rubber band. Let us suppose what I am going to do, I am going to apply some amount of force here. Then what happens? If I apply some greater force, this rubber band will break into two parts. Let us suppose if I apply same amount of force to this object, then there is no change in original size and shape, that is it is having a lesser elastic limit and it is having a greater elastic limit.